So how long did it take to actually get all 12 of them? And did you know there was going to be 12, or at some point?
Eventually, I after a number of conversations, he said there are 12 levels of being. And I said, "Oh, okay, well, what does that mean?" And he said, "Well, you'll have to find that out." So I started to go back to Kabbalah classes. I'd been studying Kabbalah for many years. I started doing all of my energy work, looking up all of the chakra system, going back to the 7 rays and 12 rays. And after 3 years, I didn't get anywhere. So I remember having a session with John, and I said, "You know what? I give up. This is just too hard." And John said to me, "Oh, that's okay. Don't worry. We'll get someone else to do it."
That's like yeah, and that's like the thing for somebody with your personality. Obviously, that was like he knew what he was doing.
A red rag to a bull. I just went, "Oh, wait a minute. Just give me a little more time." So anyway, what happened was I threw away all my books. I threw away all my books. I decided I would wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning and I would meditate for 1 hour.
Mm.
And I would meditate on one level of being. And between 5 and 6, I would simply write down everything that I had meditated on, and everything that would happen in that month, I intended it to be about the level of being.
Ah.
And so every morning I would say, "Is there more to learn?" And I would either get a yes or a no. And I would continue my meditation, continue the writing. And by the end of 12 months, I had the skeleton of the 12 levels of being. At least I knew what the archetypal names of each one was, and I had a sense of what they were. But I lived through it, and then I had to continue living through it, because although the levels of being can be experienced 3, 4 levels at a time, you cannot experience levels 9, 10, 11, or 12 fully until you are living in limitlessness, limitless potential. As long as you're still putting limits on yourself, you are still working through karma, your own debts that you need to heal and pay back. So until I had actually completed all of that, I really didn't understand fully levels 9, 10, 11, and 12, which I'm getting better at it. I can't say that I know exactly what they are because I'm still evolving, but I certainly understand those levels now much better.
That's amazing. That's really what a experience. What a story.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean that whole process that you've used to bring these into where we are right now. So, I have a question. How should our listeners, if you're listening to this, how should somebody who's listening to this gauge if the 12 levels of being is right for them?
Uh-huh.